Does the thought of running social media ads terrify you? Do you dread content creation for your business? Do you secretly wish you could breakdance but have no moves? Well, I can help with 2 of those 3 problems. Hi, my name's Micah, and this is your Design Brief. This video is all about running your own ad campaign on social media, what you need to know just to get started. If you hate social media, you hate creating content, or you hate running ads, this video is meant to be a clear-cut formula that you can follow so you can get started in marketing your business. This video is going to go over 3 things. 1, how to format your ads. 2, how much content you should plan on creating. And 3, what you should consider after you post. Let's get into it. Number 1, how to format your ads. Now, if you came to this video to find out what that magic ingredient is to help your post go viral, I can't tell you. Sorry. It doesn't work like that. The reality is, good marketing means standing out. And that means you can't just keep following everyone else's formula in order to become viral. So in terms of what to post, I'll leave that up to you. But in terms of how to clearly communicate who you are and what to do, here's a formula you can follow. We're gonna break down your advertisement into 3 main parts. Now, this formula I got from a marketer that I love to follow, Brendan Bichard. He has some great resources if you wanna check out any of his stuff. But he recommends breaking down an ad into 3 main parts. The first thing you're gonna talk about is the problem. You're gonna choose one specific problem that your potential customer is facing currently that your product or service can solve. Now, if your brand has a product line, great. We just wanna focus on one problem though. One problem for one advertisement. For example, let's say you sell closet organizers. What's the problem that your consumer is facing? Disorder in their closet, right? So we want to start out by communicating that struggle. Show them what's at stake if they don't get a solution. Well, they're going to have to continue to have a disordered, cluttered home, and nobody wants a cluttered home. And in all of this, especially if you're new, I would say this: don't get bogged down in creating cute content. Clarity means more than cuteness. Don't get me wrong, be mindful of your tone. You don't want to be so authoritative that you have no empathy for the problem they're facing, or you're sounding like you're forcing a sale down their throat. But still, communicate what's at stake. A good way to do this is maybe to start out with a question. Do you struggle with a disorganized closet? Has the chair in the corner of your room become the designated spot for all of your laundry? Are you frustrated with a cluttered home? What am I doing in asking these questions? 1, well, I'm actually relating to them by asking it as an open-ended question. And 2, I'm clearly articulating what the problem is and setting up the rest of the advertisement. Number 2, the second thing we're going to be looking at is your solution. Now, I would say that this could be your solution or story. Effective branding is storytelling. So if you have personal success that you can communicate when showing your product or service, that's a good thing to relate to. For instance, you could say, our closet organizers make organizing a breeze. It'll be effective, get rid of the clutter, and get your life more organized. That's good. Something you could maybe consider to make it even a little bit better is to say, I struggled with this for years until I came up with a solution for my closet. Now I help hundreds of people find satisfaction in an organized closet. Again, we're communicating the same thing, but we're making it into a story. Now again, for all intents and purposes, as long as we're clearly communicating the problem and clearly communicating what your solution is, we're 2/3 of the way there. Just keep in mind that this is where you can start to get a little bit more creative, as long as you're not taking away from the clarity of the message that you're trying to convey. And the third part of this is something that might be a little bit overlooked. The first 2 parts, you may think, well, that seems pretty obvious. Communicate the problem, communicate the solution. Third part of it is we want to focus on something that's going to increase the engagement for your advertisement. Next week, I'm going to really focus on teaching sales funnel, how we filter people into your website and actually convert those sales. But for now, we want to set up our ads to not only be something that people view, but people engage with. Especially when a lot of the platforms are going to be charging you per view. We want to get that conversion rate as high as possible. So how do we do that? Well, the third part of how we're going to format the ad is we're going to be looking at a bonus. And what I mean by a bonus is something of value that you're giving to a potential customer that makes them feel like they can trust you as a brand. Now, this isn't necessarily about free stuff, and this is where I see a lot of people making a mistake. It's not about just throwing out a discount or giving free stuff. It's actually about giving something of value. And this could work a few different ways. I could maybe say, for our closet company example, if you buy our product today, we'll throw in 24 free hangers. That's good. That's something of value that we're adding. But it doesn't even have to be a physical item. You could just say something as simple as, if you go to our website today, you can download a free ebook on the 10 best ways to help get your home organized. It's a $50 value, but we'll give it to you for free if you just visit our website today. So what did I do there? I added value without having to necessarily spend any additional money. How did I add value? Well, I offered something additional that specifically speaks to the need of the potential customer. Now, what need? The problem that they're facing for the specific advertisement you're creating. Now, altogether, it could look something like this. Are you tired of a cluttered closet? Does it feel like your home can never get organized? We have a solution for you. Get our product and get order back in your closet. Our custom closet organizers are perfect for all types of clothing and storage needs. Follow the link in our website and you'll also get a free resource that will help give you tips and tricks to declutter your home. Order in the next 24 hours and get free shipping on your order. Now, what did I do? I included a couple different variations there, but I set up the problem, set up the solution, and I put a couple of bonuses there at the end. Was it glamorous? No. Was it sexy? No. Will it work? Yes. Now, here's why I say don't get too bogged down with the creative side. It doesn't matter how good you feel about your advertisement. If it doesn't get engagement, it doesn't get engagement. Which is why we're going to go into the second portion of this video. How much content do you need to plan to create? Well, this is somewhat opinion-based, but I'm going to try to break this down best I can based on type of advertisement you're doing. First and foremost, I'm going to be looking at video content, because I think right now video content is king. If you are planning on creating 60-second to 2-minute ads, I would say you need to create somewhere between 5 to 10 videos. Now, that may seem like a lot, but I'll explain why here in a second. If you do 5 to 10 videos, you don't necessarily have to do it all on the same product. Like I said, one problem, one solution, then your bonus. So if you've got a product line, plan on doing a variation of different videos based on your product line. If you're a service-based company and you solve multiple problems, outline all of them, create your video content from there. Start with that longer format advertisement too, like I said, 1 to 2 minutes, because you can always splice that down for the quicker stuff moving forward. Now, why do I say you should create about 5 to 10 videos? Because you don't know what's gonna take off. That's the bottom line. And if you're starting out, I would highly recommend that you go to Facebook, Instagram, go through the Meta platform. They are the best platform, in my opinion, just to learn how to do social media advertisement on, and because they have some of the best testing of any social media that you're going to look at. So if you're going into Meta, you can do testing, which is essentially they will split up your targeted demographic into different sections, and they will give a different advertisement to each individual section of your targeted demographic. Some people may get your closet organizer, some may get your drawer organizer. It doesn't matter, whatever your product or service is, you have your targeted demographic split up so they're not all seeing the same advertisement. And then what that testing is going to reveal to you is if you put out 3 to 5 videos, which you should be putting out about 3 to 5 pieces of advertisement at least at one time when you're running your ad campaign, you're going to very clearly see that 1 or 2 of them is taking off way more than the rest. And it may not be the ones you thought. But what do you do with that? Well, as you're going through your testing, the reason why you want to have 10 videos is Like I said, you want to have multiple ads running at the same time, but you don't want to have poor performing ads. So you go through the testing, you see which ones don't work, you take them out, you replace them with the ones that have higher engagement, and then you run that through the course of your ad campaign. So that's video. Like I said, about 5 to 10. I'd also recommend, if you can, do 5 to 10 in a square format, and then 5 to 10 in a vertical format where you're getting more coverage on the page. I only say that because Reels are becoming more popular, so you want to consider both formats when you're creating your advertisement. Now, on top of your video content, you may also consider doing image-based or a carousel type of post where you have to slide through the images. We're going to do the exact same structure in terms of formatting. We're looking at the problem, we're looking at the solution, then we're doing the bonus. Now, with the carousel or the image-based advertisement, my focus isn't so much on changing the images themselves, but actually changing the content that's written. So you want to have a series of carousel posts, let's say 3 to 5 carousel posts, and here's what you're going to change. You're not looking at necessarily changing the images on these posts. You're going to be changing the headers that you have, maybe on the first image, and then the caption. You're going to change those wording just slightly for all 3 to 5 posts that you do. And just like with the videos, you're going to put those out on Facebook and you're going to see which one performs the best. Once you find that perfect mix, or that mix that has the highest engagement, you pull everything that's not performing well and you push all that through your advertisement. You check in every few weeks, make sure that it's still doing well. Of course, we want to also check our sales funnel, like I said in a future video, to actually make sure that this is getting you return on your investment. But for the engagement of the ads themselves, that's how you structure it. You want to have a library of content that you've created. If it sounds like a lot of work, it is. It can be very well organized and it can be in a very simplistic manner. But you do want to create that library for yourself because you cannot predict what's going to do well. There's nobody in marketing. If someone tells you that they can predict what's going to take off, what's going to do well, they are lying to you. So create your library of videos, carousel images, anything you're wanting to do within that framework. Test them out, see what works, and then once you have that, I would say with a platform like Facebook and Instagram, you've tested it, move on to the other platforms out there. Go to Pinterest, go to TikTok, go to those other platforms where the testing isn't as good, but you've already seen what works. And because you used an array of formats, square video and vertical, and you've done the carousel post, now you have stuff that you see would have high engagement cross-platform. Now, what do we do after we post? We want to look at 3 things. We want to reflect on the response we're getting, the data we're getting, and then we want to readjust accordingly. Marketing is more than just engagement. We don't just want to go viral. We want to position ourselves well. So we want to consider what's being said. We want to consider the response. We also want to look at how our conversion rate is. Are we actually making sales on this? Are we actually getting people to our website? Are they signing up for our newsletter? Those things aren't happening. Maybe we need to readjust what our bonus is. Maybe we need to readjust how we're wording these advertisements. And then we move forward accordingly. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up or click that subscribe button. I'm gonna work to make sure we got more good quality content coming your way. This has been your Design Brief. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys later.